Hey folks, how you doing? Mike here. Just like to give you another update on my continuing project of installing the Turbo 350 in my 92 244 Volvo. As it turns out, in our last video we discussed the business with the Driveshaft and how I thought that I would need to shorten my factory front section of the Driveshaft. Maybe, I don't know, it looked like it might have had to have gone maybe an inch or so, maybe an inch and a half at the most. But it looks like I've come up with a much simpler solution that involves no cutting. So what we have here, this here, Driveshaft's front section on the top, this is from a regular AW equipped Volvo 244. The lower Driveshaft stub here, this is from a 240 with a manual transmission, which I believe is the M46, the one with the extra overdrive on the back. As you can see, the Driveshaft is quite a bit shorter. And the other bonus, if you want to call it that, this little section of Driveshaft here actually is identical. So what that means is that we can now use a standard 1310 U-joint. It's the same for both dimensions on the cross here. Identical, 4 caps, external snap rings, and I use the NEEPCO universal joint, and here's the number. Looks like 1-0153 HD, and that was about a $20 U-joint. Apparently it's very common. Okay, continuing on. So in essence, I think what's going to happen here is I'm going to be able to install the Turbo 350 yoke to the Volvo front driveshaft section using the commonly available U-joint. And what that does is that allows me to have engagement right up to about here. Okay, I slipped the slip yoke in the whole way and pulled it out and took some measurements and everything, and it looks like the tail end of the output shaft is going to be right about here, which still leaves me quite a bit of engagement and plenty of slip room. However, in the situation with the Volvo 240, this whole front driveshaft is actually trapped, so it's not really going to do any slipping in and out like that, like it would in a conventional a one-piece driveshaft. And back here, you can see the end is identical as far as the splines and all that good stuff. And this bearing is in really good shape, so I'm not even going to fool with that. And I'm just going to transfer this rubber Guibo thing or whatever it is on here. The one that I had on this originally was pretty tore up, so it pays to be a pack rat. It really does. I only remembered offhand seeing this shorty up in the overhead section of the garage right by my storage. I remembered I had a short one, so I'm glad, because that saves me about 150 bucks real easy. And the other incidental is the drive shaft down below actually has the wider end on it, so that indeed would have taken the hybrid U-joint. But it's really nice now to know that I can save about 150 bucks and pretty much bolt everything together as it should be. I really doubt there's going to be any problem with this much engagement, and I think everything's going to work out just fine. And also, I was rooting around in my scrap, and I found some steel plate here, which I'm going to take down below here and see what we got. Maybe I can make some kind of a nice mount plate with that. But anyhow, that's about as far as I've gotten with this so far. The other nice thing I got done is the power panel on the inside. I have my panel cut, and I have mounted the individual, I guess those are kind of like little fuse centers or fuse stations. I have those mounted on, and I'll show you those in just a moment. Okay, look at that. I managed to get it all put together. Looks pretty good. I managed to stretch on the old rubber Guibo thing here. Wasn't too bad. And here we have the Turbo 350 yoke, now mated to the Volvo front half drive shaft piece. Yeah, fits really well, nice and snug. And now it's just a matter of getting under the car and seeing how she fits. Okay, here's the power panel installed. I'm kind of laying across the two front seats here to get the nice angle so you can see exactly what's going on here. But as you can hopefully see, the panel fits in there really nice. I traced around the factory ECU to get the shape, and that little bit of a notch there at the relief at the lower corner in the front. Everything seems to fit really well. I used some 1024 machine screws and threaded into the Teflon, and that mounted up very nice. I'm very pleased with that. And then I have my relay there, and now what is left is to start wiring. So that hopefully you can see that, and might give you some ideas. But I'll keep everybody up to date as the changes happen. Take care.